Introduction to Building Services. I am Vinod, working as an assistant professor in Department of Civil Engineering at KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology. My education qualification are: I have completed my B Civil Engineering in KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, and me Structural Engineering in Sri Shakti Institute of Engineering and Technology. And I have a work experience as technical assistant in town planning section at Singanallur Corporation Office, Coimbatore. My areas of interest are structural engineering, infrastructure engineering and management, earth system science and engineering. What is a building? A structure that has a roof and walls and stands permanently in one place. The primary function of buildings is to provide shelter to its occupants. Building function cannot be limited to provide shelter only. What are services? For examples, imagine yourself in your dream house or shopping mall. Now take away the lighting, air conditioning, and ventilation, the lifts and escalators, acoustics, plumbing, power supply and energy management systems, the security and safety systems. And you are left with a cold, dark, uninhabitable shell. How will you feel? Basically, building services is what that makes a building come to life, i.e. what makes the building work. Building should be designed in such a way to provide an environment where people can feel comfortable, work, live and achieve. Definitions. Building services play a central role in contributing to the design of building, not only in terms of overall strategies and standards to be achieved, but also in facade engineering, the weights, size, and location of major plant and equipment, the position of vertical service risers, routes for the distribution of horizontal services, drainage, energy sources, sustainability, and so on. The following are the some of the building services which are included while designing a building: energy supply, gas and electricity; water supply, drainage and plumbing; heating and ventilating; lighting, day lighting and artificial lighting; escalators and lifts; harnessing solar, wind and biomass energy; communications, telephones and IT networks; security and alarm systems; fire detection and protection; air conditioning and refrigeration. The following are the importance of building services. Building services are indispensable for buildings. As an example, certain types of buildings such as department store or industrial buildings are almost 100% dependent on electrical lighting, ventilating and air conditioning. High-rise buildings rely on vertical transportation and high-speed pressure for water supply. The implementation of services demands a considerable amount of floor and ceiling, so proper planning is necessary for their allocation. Classification of buildings. According to National Building Code of India 1970, different classification, or types of buildings on the basis of occupancy are: Group A, residential buildings; Group B, educational buildings; Group C, institutional buildings; Group D, assembly buildings; Group E, business buildings; Group F, mercantile buildings; Group G, industrial buildings; Group H, storage buildings; Group I, hazardous buildings; Group A, residential buildings. Sleeping accommodation is provided. Permanently or temporarily dwelling. With or without cooking or dining or facilities. Example: apartments, flats, bungalows, dormitories, private houses, hotels, hostels, cottages, holiday campus, clubs, motels, etc. Group B, educational buildings. Buildings meant for education. Nursery to the university. Example: schools, colleges, universities, training institutes, etc. Group C, institutional buildings. Any building used for the purposes such as medical, health, recovering health after illness, physical or mental disease, care of infants or aged persons, panel detention, etc. Normally provide sleeping accommodation for the occupants. Group D, assembly buildings. Building where groups of people assemble or gather for amusement, recreation, social, religious, patriotic or similar purpose. Example, theaters, cinema halls, assembly halls, auditorium, exhibition halls, museums, gymnasiums, restaurants, places of worship, passenger stations, public transportation services, etc. Group E, business buildings. Building which is used for purposes such as transaction of business, keeping of accounts and records, dispensaries and clinics, newsstands, barber shops, banks, city halls, etc. Group F, mercantile buildings. Building which is used as shops, stores, market for sale and display of products or wares, either wholesale or retail. Group G, industrial buildings. Building or structure in which products are fabricated, assembled, or processed. Example, laboratories, assembly plants, laundries, gas plants, power plants, refineries, dairies, etc. Group H, storage buildings. Building structures which are primarily used for storage or sheltering of goods, wares, merchandise, vehicles, or animals. Example, warehouses, cold storages, depots, storehouses, truck terminals, garages, etc. Group I, hazardous buildings. Building structures which are used for the storage, handling, manufacture of materials which are liable to burn with extreme rapidity and prove hazardous to health, building, or building contents. Buildings used for storage of gases under high pressure or for storage and handling of highly flammable liquids or explosive materials, explosives, fireworks, etc., are included in this group. The following are the sum of the classification of building services systems. Building services are mainly divided following are divided into mechanical systems, electrical systems and building operation system. They are all very important part of planning, designing and construction of a building. Mechanical systems further classified as follows: HVAC systems, site drainage, gas supply, plumbing, fire protection. Electrical systems classified as electrical power, lighting, auxiliary. And finally, building operation systems are transportation, processing, automation. Further, we will discuss the various mechanical systems in detail. HVAC systems stands for heating, ventilating and air conditioning, and includes a variety of active mechanical/electrical systems to provide thermal control in buildings. Control of the thermal environment is a key objective for virtually all occupied buildings. Better thermal comfort will influence occupant health, satisfaction, and productivity. Site drainage, water, drainage, sanitary disposal, removal of wastewater from kitchens, bathrooms, sinks, soil waste, toilet waste, storm water management and surface runoff to local sewerage system. Gas supply, cooking gas, commercial gas, oxygen and nitrogen gas in hospitals, storage, piping, pressure regulation and supply of gas from its container to required area. Plumbing, water distribution, water treatment, sanitary facilities. Storage, distribution, piping, sanitary fixtures, taps, WCs, showers, etc. Fire protection, water supply, water sprinklers, fire and smoke detection, announcement. Electrical systems. Electrical power, normal, standby, emergency power supply and distribution. Lighting, interior, exterior, emergency light. Auxiliary, telephone, data, audio and video sound. Building operation systems. Transportation, elevators, escalators, moving walkways/travelators, parking, etc. Processing, products, food service, etc. automation, environmental controls, management, automated lighting, automated parking, etc. Thank you for listening. I will come up with the more theoretical and content to the building services in upcoming videos. Once again, thank you all.